The sky above the galactic capital was quiet. Ships flew smoothly and everything seemed normal. The city lights on the planet glowed like stars, and aliens of many kinds walked, worked, and laughed together. It was a peaceful day. But far away, in the cold darkness of space, something strange was coming. Inside the Galactic Council Hall, the leaders of the galaxy were talking about trade and politics. There were tall insect-like creatures, glowing energy beings, and reptile-faced diplomats. They had ruled the galaxy for over 200 years, ever since the humans were destroyed. "Next topic," said Chancellor Vorak. "The mining rights of Sector 9. Suddenly an alarm rang. A red light flashed across the hall. Everyone stopped talking. "What is this?" asked a worried council member. A young officer rushed in, face pale. "We have detected an unknown ship," he said. It just jumped out of hyperspace, above the capital. The room went silent. Every eye turned to the screen. A giant black ship hovered outside the planet's atmosphere. It was massive, larger than anything they had seen before, sharp like a blade, dark as the void. "It's not one of ours," someone whispered. Another officer ran in. "We tried to contact the ship, no response. But it is sending a message." "Play it," said Chancellor Vorak. The screen went black. Then a voice echoed, cold and deep. "You have forgotten us. You thought we were dead. You laughed when you burned our home. Now I give you a choice. Kneel or burn. You have 7 days." The message ended. A chill moved through the room. The name human had not been spoken for 2 centuries. Everyone believed they were extinct after the Great Purge War. All human cities, colonies, and ships were destroyed by the United Galactic Powers. Earth itself was turned into fire and dust. "This must be a trick," said a green-skinned commander. "Humans are gone." "No," said an old alien with one glowing eye. That was a real human voice. I remember it from the war. Fear slowly spread across the council. Outside, the mysterious ship didn't move. It stayed above the capital like a shadow ready to strike. The ship's name appeared in data logs, Nemesis. Inside the Nemesis, one man stood alone. His name was Elias Gray, the last human. He looked at the planet below. His face was calm, but his eyes burned with memories. He remembered Earth, the blue skies, green trees, his family's laughter. He also remembered the fire, the screams, the silence. "They think we are gone," he said to himself, "but we remember everything." Elias had spent over 150 years hiding, building, and preparing. He had found old human machines, lost knowledge, and secrets the aliens never understood. With time, he created a ship powered by ancient human AI, and new weapons no one had seen before. Now, he had returned. Across the galaxy, news spread fast. People turned on their holo screens and saw the message again and again: kneel or burn. Some laughed, thinking it was a prank. Others were terrified. In a small alien school, a young girl asked her teacher, "What is a human?" The teacher's face turned pale. "A nightmare," she said softly. "From long ago." Back in the council, panic had begun. Some members wanted to attack the ship at once. Others said to wait. "We don't know its power," said one. "Let's send a small team to speak." A ship was sent with 5 diplomats. It reached the Nemesis and waited. No answer. Then the ship was pulled inside by a tractor beam. For an hour, there was silence. Suddenly, the ship was thrown back out. Only one diplomat was alive. His body shook with fear. He whispered, "He is alone. But he has the power of an army. Don't make him angry." The council realized the truth. The last human was real, and he was not here for peace. The countdown began. 7 days. The galaxy had to decide. Some planets began preparing for war. Others started building statues of humans, hoping to show respect. Secret meetings were held. Old war files were opened again. But deep inside, everyone felt it. Something had changed. Humanity was back. and it was angry. The galaxy was no longer silent. For over 2 centuries, the powerful alien empires ruled without fear. But now, a single human ship, Nemesis, floated above the galactic capital like a silent ghost. It did nothing. But everyone knew it could destroy everything. Across thousands of planets, the same message played again and again. You have forgotten us. You thought we were dead. You laughed when you burned our home. Now I give you a choice. Kneel or burn. You have 7 days. That message changed everything. Markets crashed. Trade ships turned back. Border patrols went silent. People on distant planets locked their doors even though no enemy had landed. They were afraid, not of war, but of something worse. A ghost from the past. Inside the Galactic Council, panic ruled. We must attack now, shouted Lord Zarn, leader of the Dravokan Empire. This is only one human, our fleet's number in the millions. But what if he's telling the truth? Asked Lady Senra, a glowing energy being from the Valari system. What if he really can destroy us? We destroyed Earth, another said. We ended the human race, there is no way. No, said the old one-eyed alien, Advisor Keelan. We killed most, not all. Kellen stood slowly. He had fought in the Purge Wars long ago. Back then he was proud to see Earth fall. Now, he felt shame. I remember the last human fleet. I saw their ships. They fought like demons, not because they were stronger, but because they never gave up. Not even at the end. Advisor, Vorak said sharply, this is not the time for ghost stories. Kalen turned and looked out the window where the black ship Nemesis still floated. You don't understand, he said. That's not a ship. That's a warning. Meanwhile, Elias Gray stood alone on the bridge of the Nemesis. He wore a black uniform, simple but sharp. Around him, human-designed AI systems worked like clockwork, advanced, precise, deadly. He looked out at the stars. I gave them a choice, he said quietly. Now let's see who still believes they're gods. The Nemesis had systems. Even Elias didn't fully understand. It had taken him decades to rebuild old human tech, combining it with alien parts, forbidden AI, and war knowledge passed down through secret human survivors. He wasn't here for revenge. He was here for justice. As the second day arrived, the first move came. The Dravokan Empire, proud, powerful, and cruel, decided to test the Nemesis. They sent 12 warships. Each was armed with heavy plasma cannons and shield generators. Their commanders laughed. One old human can't stop us, they said. The fleet approached the Nemesis slowly. Their weapons were locked, but before they could fire, the Nemesis disappeared. Where did it go? Shouted a Dravokan captain. Suddenly, the Nemesis reappeared behind them. It hadn't jumped through space. It had folded space. Something no known ship could do. Then, with no warning, it fired a single red beam. In less than 30 seconds, all 12 warships vanished. No explosion, no escape. Just gone. On the Galactic Council's main screen, a new message appeared. That was a warning. You had 1 week. Now you have 6 days. The galaxy fell into silence again. Across the stars, people panicked. On some planets, statues of human heroes were built. On others, leaders spoke lies. The human is fake. Do not fear him. But fear had already taken root. On a small moon, a group of alien children played in the dirt. One boy said, "Let's play the human game." "What's that?" asked a girl. "I'll be the human. You try to stop me, but you can't." Then, he shouted, "Kneel or burn," and ran. The girl screamed and hid. Even children knew the fear. Back on the Nemesis, Elias walked into a small room, quiet and empty. Inside were holograms of people, men, women, children, his family, his people, his home. He looked at his mother's image. "They forgot you," he whispered. "But I didn't." He touched a control panel. It showed the faces of every Galactic Council member, the ones who had voted to destroy Earth. He had found them all. One by one. Some were dead, but many were still alive, living, in comfort, pretending the past was gone. They will remember now, Elias said. He didn't want blood. He wanted truth. But if they chose war, he would bring it. Day 3 began. On the Council planet, massive defense shields were raised. Fleets were moved. Secret weapons were unlocked from vaults. All across the galaxy, the most powerful beings prepared for what was coming. But in their hearts, they all knew the truth. The last human had returned. And he was not afraid. Across the galaxy, everyone had the same question. Who is this human? He destroyed a powerful fleet in seconds. He made the Council afraid. His voice, cold and deep, echoed across stars. But no one knew where he came from. No name, no face, only the message, kneel or burn. News channels, historians, spies, everyone searched for answers. Who could hold this much power? How did a single man bring the entire galaxy to its knees? On a distant desert world called Tarnus, a young alien named Varric sat in a dusty library. Varric was a historian, not a warrior. He had long purple fingers, bright green eyes, and a mind full of curiosity. He worked for the Galactic Memory Core, where all ancient files were stored, even forbidden ones. His job was simple. Search old data, find the truth. When he heard about the nemesis in the voice of a human, something sparked in him. I must know who he is, Varric whispered to himself. He began digging into old records, opening locked files from the Purge Wars. Some were marked classified. Others were corrupted. But slowly, piece by piece, he found something. A name. Elias Gray. Varric looked at the file with wide eyes. It was a birth record from Earth, 234 years ago. Elias was born in New York City before it was destroyed. His parents were scientists. He had a little sister. He lived in a tall building with blue windows. Then came the war. The United Alien Forces, afraid of human growth and power, attacked Earth. They said humans were dangerous, violent, and too fast to evolve. The attack was brutal. Bombs fell. Cities burned. Billions died. The sky turned black. Elias was only 14 years old. One video clip survived. It showed Elias and his sister running through fire. Behind them, alien ships rained plasma from the sky. His parents pushed them into a bunker. "Run!" shouted his mother. Elias looked back, just for a second, as the roof fell and fire swallowed his home. That was the last moment he saw his family. The next record showed something shocking. Elias was captured and sold into slavery by a merchant species. He was taken to a mining colony on a frozen moon called Jarnak 7. He worked in the dark, digging ice, carrying rocks. The guards beat him. Other slaves mocked him. He was the last human, alone. But he never gave up. One guard once said, "That human's eyes, they never break." Years passed. Elias escaped. He disappeared into the shadows of the galaxy. Most believed he died. But Varric saw another file, secret, hidden. It showed someone attacking slaver ships, someone stealing old human technology, someone learning. "He was watching us the whole time," Varric whispered. "Learning, planning." Meanwhile, Elias stood aboard the Nemesis, staring at the stars. He remembered those years alone, beaten, hunted. He learned to survive. He stole knowledge. He found forgotten human weapons buried deep on dead moons. He reactivated Solnet, the last human AI satellite. It helped him build the Nemesis, a ship stronger than any other. But it was not just weapons that made him powerful. It was pain, memory, fire, and now, justice. In a secret room aboard the Nemesis, Elias had a wall of faces, images of those who destroyed Earth. Chancellor Vorak, General Drolan, Queen Cerisa, dozens more. He didn't hate all aliens. He hated the ones who laughed when Earth burned. He whispered to the wall, "You thought we were weak. You thought we would die quietly." He turned away. "You were wrong." Back in the galactic capital, Varric rushed into the council chamber. "I found him," he shouted. "His name is Elias Gray." Council members stared at the young historian. "Impossible," said one. "That human is long dead." "No," Varric said. "He lived. He escaped. He built the Nemesis from human tech and ancient AI. And now he's back. For all of you." The room grew cold. Vorac's hands shook slightly. He remembered the name. Elias's father had spoken at peace talks, just weeks before Earth was destroyed. He was only a child, Vorac said. "Now he is something else," Varric answered. "Something you created." That night a new message played across the galaxy. "You searched for my name. You remember it now. Good. You remember Earth. Now remember this. You have 4 days left." In every corner of space, people whispered the name Elias Gray. Not a myth, not a ghost. A human, stronger than ever. And now, he was the most feared, being in the galaxy. Day 4 began with fire. The Nemesis had not moved for 3 days. It floated silently above the galactic capital, watching, waiting. Elias Gray had given the galaxy a choice: kneel or burn. Now time was running out, and someone made the wrong choice. The Dravokan Empire was proud, brutal, and arrogant. Their leader, Lord Zarn, refused to kneel. His words were broadcast across the stars. "We do not kneel to ghosts. We do not fear humans. We destroyed Earth, and we will destroy this one too." The Dravokan people cheered. Their fleets were massive, with over 500 warships and 20 planet-killer weapons. Their capital world, Dravok Prime, was protected by a moon-sized defense ring and 3 shield layers. No one had ever touched Dravok Prime until now. Inside the Nemesis, Elias watched Zarn's message without emotion. He had heard it all before: the pride, the lies, the same voices that once spoke over the ashes of Earth. He walked to the command deck. "Target confirmed," said the AI. "Lock in," Elias replied. "No survivors." He didn't shout. He didn't rage. He simply gave the order, and the galaxy changed forever. The Nemesis vanished from the sky above the galactic capital. In seconds, it reappeared in orbit over Dravok Prime. The Dravokans scrambled, alarms screamed, fighters launched, commanders shouted, "Prepare for defense. Raise the shields. Fire all cannons." Thousands of plasma beams lit up the sky, but the Nemesis didn't fire back. Not yet. It did something far worse. It released a pulse. Silent. Invisible. It moved like a wave, touching every system on the planet and its defense ring. Then everything shut down. Weapons died. Shields collapsed. Power vanished. Ships froze in space. Entire cities blinked into darkness. "EMP?" a Dravokan tech shouted. "No," another said. "Something else. Something older." Then the Nemesis opened fire. A single red beam shot downward. It didn't explode. It erased. The defense ring was gone in 1 second. A slice of the planet's surface, 500 miles wide, turned to glass. Ships in orbit melted like paper. People screamed. Cities vanished. Mountains cracked. Lord Zarn tried to flee. His escape ship launched. It made it halfway through the atmosphere. A small blue sphere from the Nemesis followed. When it reached him, the sphere opened, and a white light consumed his ship. Nothing remained, not even ash. Across the galaxy, people watched the destruction in horror. News screens showed the once proud capital of the Dravokan Empire burning in silence. Then came a new message from Elias. "You were warned. You chose pride over peace. This is the price. 3 days remain." Silence followed. No more cheering. No more speeches, only fear. In the council chamber, Chancellor Vorac's claws trembled. Lady Senra wept. Advisor Kellen said nothing, just closed his eyes. Dravok Prime was one of the 5 founding empires of the galaxy, and in 10 minutes, it was gone. "We must kneel," said one council member. "This is not war, this is judgment." "No," Vorak said. "We must speak with him." "Maybe. There's still time." On a distant water world called Cerulean, an old alien monk whispered to his students. "This is not revenge," he said. "This is the return of balance. For too long, we lived in lies. Now, the truth walks again, with fire in his hands." One student asked, "Will he stop?" The monk stared into the sky. "Only if we listen." Back on the Nemesis, Elias stood alone on the observation deck. He had done it. The empire that destroyed his family was now dust. But he didn't feel joy, only silence. He whispered to himself, "That's one." Then he looked at the list. 4 more names, 4 more empires, 3 days. He turned to the AI. "Next target?" The AI replied, "The Valari system." Elias nodded. "Prepare the engines." And the Nemesis moved once more. After the destruction of Dravok Prime, fear spread like wildfire. No empire was safe. Everyone wanted to know, how could one ship destroy a whole planet's defenses so easily? What was the secret of the Nemesis? Back in the galactic capital, Council, members gathered in a secret chamber. The room was dark and tense. Screens showed images of the Nemesis, the destroyed Dravokan capital, and live data feeds. Chancellor Vorak slammed his clawed fist on the table. "We must find out how this ship works. Without understanding it, we are powerless." Lady Senra nodded. "Our scientists have been analyzing the wreckage left behind. There is technology we do not recognize. It seems part human, part alien, and something else. Strange." Advisor Kellen leaned forward. "I have seen something like this before. Long ago, humans created machines far beyond our understanding. They called it SolNet, a network of artificial intelligences scattered through space." Vorak's eyes narrowed. "Are you saying this ship is connected to an ancient human AI?" Kalen nodded. "Yes. And if that AI is still active, it could be controlling the Nemesis, making it almost invincible." Meanwhile, on the Nemesis, Elias Gray was not resting. In a hidden chamber deep inside the ship, the walls glowed with holograms. He touched a floating screen that showed star maps, data streams, and glowing blue symbols. This was the heart of the Nemesis, the ancient human AI network, SolNet. "Good morning, Elias," a soft female voice said. "Morning, Athena," Elias replied, with a small smile. Athena was the last human AI, a guardian of lost knowledge, wisdom, and power. She helped Elias rebuild the Nemesis piece by piece from fragments of human technology hidden across the galaxy. Together, they were unstoppable. Back on the galactic capital, scientists raced to understand SolNet's secrets. Dr. Varela, a top alien engineer, worked day and night. "This AI is not like anything we know," she said. "It learns, it adapts, it thinks faster than any being alive." She showed the council a model of the Nemesis's core systems. "Look here," she said. "This ship doesn't just fight. It predicts enemy moves, controls weapons instantly, and repairs itself in seconds. Almost like it's alive," Vorak muttered. Lady Senra added, "If we can find SolNet's source, maybe we can shut it down." On a small forgotten moon, Elias watched news feeds from the galaxy. Alien leaders argued. Scientists debated. Everyone wanted to stop the Nemesis. He smiled. "They don't understand," he said softly. Athena's voice replied, "They never do." He touched the screen showing the next target, the Valari system. "We move at dawn," he said. That night, Varric, the historian, sat alone. He had uncovered the truth. The Nemesis was not just a ship. It was a symbol, the last hope of humanity. He whispered, "If Elias Gray falls, humanity falls, but if he wins..." Suddenly, an alert flashed on his screen. Unauthorized access detected. Someone was watching him. Fear hit him like a storm. The Nemesis was silent as it entered the Valari system. Stars glowed faintly through the ship's massive windows. Elias Gray stood on the command deck, eyes sharp and steady. Behind him, Athena's calm voice filled the room. Valari defenses are strong but outdated. Their fleets lack coordination. Elias nodded. They don't know what's coming. The Valari system was home to 3 rich planets and a powerful space station called Fort Draxon, the main military base of the Valari Empire. Valari soldiers prepared for war, unaware the Nemesis was already in orbit. Commander Relax stood on Fort Draxon's bridge watching incoming scans. "Sir," a technician said nervously, "we detect an unknown vessel in the outer system. It's large, heavily shielded, and emitting a unique energy signature." Relax frowned. "Send a warning. Tell them, leave now or be destroyed." Seconds passed. No reply. Elias's voice came through the Valari comms. "This is Elias Gray, the last human in the galaxy. Kneel or burn, your choice." Rylak clenched his fists. "We choose to fight." The battle began. Valari fighters swarmed the Nemesis. Lasers and missiles streaked through space. The Nemesis moved like a shadow, dodging every attack. Its AI predicted every move. Valari ships exploded one by one. On Fort Draxon, alarms screamed. Relax shouted, "Launch all defense drones! Activate the plasma cannons!" But nothing worked. The Nemesis unleashed a powerful electromagnetic pulse, disabling all Valari weapons. Then came the strike. A massive energy beam cut through the space station. Walls crumbled. Fires spread. Relax watched as Fort Draxon exploded into debris. On the Nemesis, Elias watched with cold eyes. "One down," he said quietly. But inside him, memories stirred. The families lost, the cities burned. The galaxy was watching. Would the Valari Empire kneel, or would they burn? Back on Valari Prime, citizens gathered in fear. News channels broadcast the destruction live. A young girl clutched her mother's hand, tears streaming down her face. "Why?" she asked. Her mother could only whisper, "Because he remembers." In the Galactic Council, panic spread. Vorak slammed the table. "We must act now. If Valari falls, all will fall," Lady Senra pleaded. "We must seek peace before more worlds burn." Meanwhile, Varric, the historian, hacked deeper into the Nemesis's secrets. He found a chilling file labeled Final Protocol. It said, "If 4 empires fall, the last will kneel or be erased." Varric gasped. Time was almost up. The galaxy held its breath. Only one empire remained, the Zyphar Dominion, the oldest, most powerful empire of all. Their homeworld, Zyphar Prime, was a fortress surrounded by thousands of warships and deadly defense grids. The council waited anxiously. The clock ticked down. 1 day left. Elias Gray stood on the bridge of the Nemesis, staring at Zyphar Prime's glowing surface. His face was calm, but his eyes burned with quiet fire. Athena's voice broke the silence. "Zyphar defenses are unmatched. They will not kneel easily." Elias nodded. "They have no choice." Inside Zyphar Prime, Emperor Thalor prepared his final message. "We will not bow to a ghost from the past," he said firmly. "We will fight to the last breath." But deep inside, he knew the truth. 4 empires were already ashes. The galaxy trembled. Still, pride was stronger than fear. The Nemesis moved like a ghost through Zyphar's defense layers. Energy beams lit the void. Explosions shook the stars. Zyphar warships charged, but the Nemesis dodged and struck. Whole fleets vanished in moments. But then, something unexpected happened. Elias sent a new message. "This is not war. This is a chance for peace. Kneel, and you will live. Resist, and be erased." Silence. Then, a voice answered. Not from the Emperor, but from an old Zyphar scholar, Lyra. "Why do you seek destruction? Why this path of fire?" Elias lowered his voice. "Because I lost everything, my home, my family. This is justice." Lyra stepped forward. "And what of the future? What will you leave behind?" Elias paused. The final battle began. Fierce, deadly, and swift. But Elias's ship did not simply destroy, it saved. When Zephar's weapons failed, the Nemesis deployed shield barriers to protect innocent cities. It targeted only military sites. After hours of chaos, Emperor Thaler finally spoke. "We kneel," he said. The galaxy watched as the proud Zephyr lowered their weapons. Elias Gray's voice echoed, "Remember this day, remember Earth. Humanity's fire will never die." In the silence that followed, Elias revealed the truth to Varric, who had secretly joined the Nemesis. "I am not here for revenge alone," Elias said. "I am here to unite the galaxy, to end the lies and fear, to show that humans, though lost, still have a place among the stars." Varric smiled. For the first time, hope. The galaxy changed forever. The last human had spoken, and the stars would never be the same.